My philosophy of teaching centers around relationships. Relationships with students and their families are key to being a successful teacher. As Rita Pearson said in her famous TED Talk, Every Kid Needs a Champion, kids don't learn from people they don't like. Everyone builds relationships in their own ways. In some schools I've worked at, you have the older mom-like teacher or the fun-loving younger teacher, the sarcastic teacher, the professional stern teacher, and more. Your personality is what makes you who you are as a teacher. But teachers who have built successful relationships with students and families are the ones that keep kids improving and learning. Many kids get stuck on what they can't do. They feel like they may never learn something, or maybe that they're not a school person. The Harvard Business Review determined that the best ratio is 5 or more positive comments to every 1 negative comment. If students are struggling with a problem, point out what parts they did correctly. We talk a lot about growth mindset versus fixed mindset. So we want to make sure to use this in our teaching and use that 5-to-1 ratio to reinforce it. Look how far you've come. Yes, this is difficult, but you are doing so great on your first day of learning it. Share these positive comments with families too. Many times when grown-ups have received calls home from school, they're negative. Having positive conversations with the grown-ups, and when you have IEP meetings or other meetings, make sure to share these positives as well. Live the ratio in all of your communication, because when you have those relationships and that trust with students and their grown-ups, the learning can truly begin. Families may have different priorities for their child's education and learning, and respecting those priorities keeps the relationship strong. Families also bring different funds of knowledge, and being able to bring those into a school and allow them to share their knowledge gives students something different and can build that relationship with the families. Grown-ups and students can share their funds of knowledge in different ways, like leading a school club, teaching a mini lesson for a class, choosing and reading different books for a read aloud, and many other things. Grown-ups may have difficulties coming into schools because of work, caring for young children, or other situations. It's important to work with them and allow different ways to engage, including over video conferences and phone calls. Students should also see themselves be represented in their classroom. In elementary grades, books and read aloud should contain characters that reflect the students in their class. Differences should be celebrated and used as an opportunity to bring the class together. In STEM subjects, women and BIPOC should be highlighted to share their contributions and encourage all students to pursue the field. Even the language we use should be inclusive to all students. For example, many students have different family structures than what is considered traditional. By using the word grown-up instead of parents, students that are living with anyone besides their birth parents are included in that conversation. Little changes like these continue to build those relationships, since students feel like school is for them, since the school makes an effort to include them. In addition, relationship with other staff members are key. It's been great to brainstorm with teachers who teach the same subject or ask advice from the teacher who's been around the longest. Finding a coworker who shares your sense of humor allows for joking around and de-stressing. It also builds an environment where teachers feel comfortable, can ask questions, and have room to grow. They don't feel like they are trying to figure out things for themselves. Teaching is a difficult profession, and many new teachers struggle to find their place. Mentoring programs make for better teachers and allow schools and districts to retain teachers. When teachers stay, they can improve their skills, build better and long-term relationships with students and families. And when teachers are comfortable with each other, it allows for this ad hocratic method of problem solving, since everyone's ideas are seen as valid and not one person is the leader. As I said, our philosophy centers around relationships because these relationships are the key to success.